What's up, everybody? Last week, Zillow downgraded its home price forecast again. This time, they think home prices will fall 0.1% between October 2023 and October 2024. This marks the third straight month Zillow has revised their home price forecast. Back in September, Zillow moved its 12-month U.S. home price forecast from up 6.5% to up 4.9%. Then, in October, Zillow then revised its home price forecast from up 4.9% to up 2.2%. Now, Zillow is once again revising its home price forecast, downgrading it from up 2.2% to now falling 0.1%. Meanwhile, mortgage rates have fallen for the third week in a row, dipping to 7.44% for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage as of November 16th, according to Freddie Mac, due to a cooler-than-expected inflation report. With inflation calming and the labor market now cooling, many economists believe that now the Fed is set to cut interest rates in the coming months. With lower interest rates, many buyers and possibly sellers will come to the market, which may actually push home prices higher due to an increase in demand. The combination of continued economic strength, lower inflation, and lower mortgage rates should likely bring more potential home buyers into the market, says Sam Qatar, Freddie Mac's chief economist. So why is Zillow then downgrading their home price forecast? And what are the other housing market predictions for 2024? Today we're going to take a look at an article by Lance Lambert for Resi Club titled "Zillow Walks Back Its Bullish 2024 Home Price Forecast," and an article in Bankrate.com titled "Housing Market Predictions for 2024" to see what they're saying. And like usual, I will chime in with my opinion as well. So let's dive right in. Last month, Zillow explained its downgraded home price forecast by saying, Zillow's forecast of the nation's typical home value was revised downward this month due to an uncharacteristic month-over-month dip in September and mortgage rates climbing ever higher. While Zillow has yet to comment on downgrading its forecast again this month, Lance Lambert explains that it's safe to assume it's the same factors at play. 1. Mortgage rates remain over 7%. And 2. U.S. home prices, as tracked by the Zillow Home Value Index, fell 0.3% in October after falling 0.1% in September. So what are the other experts predicting as far as U.S. home prices? And how does this impact our affordability crisis? Bankrate's article, Housing Market Predictions for 2024, cites predictions from 3 experts, including Lawrence Yun, who's the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, Chen Zhao, the chief economist for Redfin, and Selma Hepp, the chief economist for CoreLogic. So let's go over them. When asked if home prices would go down in 2024, Lawrence Yun, the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, said not likely, and in fact he believes home prices will rise around 3 to 4%. He cites low inventory as the main reasons home prices will remain high. Lack of inventory is providing the support for high prices, but it's also making it super difficult for first-time buyers to enter the housing market. Chen Zhao, the chief economist at Redfin, agrees that home prices are intricately connected with housing inventory. Sellers are likely to remain reluctant to give up their low interest rate for a much higher one, so inventory will remain constrained, she says. As more time passes, more home buyers may be forced to sell due to life events, so inventory may rise from the current anemic levels, but it's unlikely to increase much. That means that prices are unlikely to fall on a year-over-year basis unless demand falters. And Selma Hepp, the chief economist at CoreLogic, believes that home prices will go up 3.5% in 2024. Our CoreLogic forecast expects a home price growth to accelerate slightly through the end of the year and then slow back down, averaging an increase of about 3.5% in 2024, with some stronger appreciation in markets that have seen home price resets, like California, and in more affordable markets in the Midwest and Southeast. And as for sales numbers, existing home sales in September of 2023 declined to an annual pace of 3.96 million, according to NAR data, which represents a 15.4% drop year over year. However, these trends may pivot in 2024 if mortgage rates dip. Retreating mortgage rates will bring more buyers and sellers to the market and get Americans moving again, says NAR Chief Economist Lawrence Yun. At an NAR conference in November, Yun predicted that sales may rise as much as 15% next year. Chen Zhao at Redfin believes that sales may increase slightly in 2024. Housing sales are expected to increase a bit from this year, said Chen Zhao, who leads the economics team at Redfin. However, she qualifies, we're not expecting sales to increase dramatically as rates are likely to remain above 6%. HEP agrees that sales will increase in 2024. Lower mortgage rates would help spur home sales activity, which are expected to increase in 2024 compared to 2023, said Selma Hepp, the chief economist at CoreLogic. Declines in mortgage rates will drive more sellers to trade their existing home and help add much-needed inventory to the market, leading to more transactions. They all agree that housing inventory needs to increase in order to have a more affordable market. For inventory levels to increase significantly, there either needs to be a surge of homeowners listing their existing properties or a huge amount of new construction homes hitting the markets. While both seem relatively unlikely, Yun does foresee housing inventory increasing slightly in 2024. There will be more home construction and more existing homeowners will be willing to sell and give up their low mortgage rates, he says. Let's take a look at this chart by Keeping Current Matters that shows home price forecasts for 2023 and 2024 by Fannie Mae, the Mortgage Bankers Association, and the NAR. They have an overall projection of home prices going up 2.8% this year and 1.5% by the end of 2024. Fannie Mae projects U.S. home prices will go up 6.7% in 2023 and 2.8% in 2024. The Mortgage Bankers Association forecasts U.S. home prices will go up 1.5% in 2023 and 1.1% in 2024. And this I find interesting because in this chart it says that the National Association of Realtors thinks U.S. home prices will go up 0.1% in 2023 and 0.7% in 2024. Now, this chart was published November 15th, and the bankrate.com article was also published November 15th. NAR and Lawrence Yun, who's the chief economist for NAR, need to get their story straight. And as far as home sales for 2023 and 2024, Fannie Mae forecasts 4 million sales in 2023 and in 2024. The Mortgage Bankers Association projects 4.9 million sales in 2023 and 5.2 million in 2024. And the National Association of Realtors projects 4.8 million in 2023 and 5.5 million in 2024, which is the biggest jump we've seen so far. The bottom line is that the experts are predicting slightly more activity in 2024, but the combination of high mortgage rates, high home prices, and low inventory will make it once again a very challenging housing market for would-be homebuyers. And in my opinion, I am starting to see a little bit more activity happening because I think that homebuyers are seeing that interest rates, although they have gone down a little bit recently, are going to stay above the 6 or 7% for the time being. And if they want to buy a home and they think they're going to be there for a while, they're sick of waiting on the sidelines. So I do think activity will increase, but not by much because we still just don't have enough inventory. Let's take a look at Redfin's latest housing market update to see what the data is saying. For the 4 weeks ending November 12th, new listings are up 3.3% year over year, the second year-over-year increase since July of 2022. Active listings are down 8.7% year over year, the smallest decline since July. 35.8% of homes sold within the first 2 weeks, up from 32% a year ago. So houses are still selling really fast if they're priced right and show well. 28.6% of homes sold above their list price, up from 27% a year ago. And 6.7% of homes for sale each week did have a price drop, a record high tied with last week. So what all this data says to me, as I said previously, is that a lot of homes are still selling fast within 2 weeks and over asking, I mean, almost a third of them sold above their asking price. And those homes are the ones that are priced right and show well, because you still have a number of homes that are sitting on the market having their prices reduced week after week. And those homes, in my opinion and my experience, are the homes that are overpriced, maybe because of those greedy sellers, or they simply don't show well. And also, you may be thinking that the experts are all over the place when it comes to the future of the housing market, and you wouldn't be wrong. But it's possible that they are also right, because real estate is very localized. So what's happening in one part of the country can be very different than what's happening in another part. But the one thing we all have in common is that the affordability crisis is only getting worse. Without a large influx of inventory, home prices will remain tight. And although mortgage rates have come down a little bit lately, they're still super high compared to the way they were a few years ago. So we're dealing with high prices and still high mortgage rates and very little inventory. But what's happening in your market? Are you in a buyer's market? Are you seeing a lot of inventory? Because I've heard other people reporting that the housing market has crashed and there's a huge influx of inventory. I'm just not experiencing that here in the DC area. So if you are, tell us where you're from, comment below and tell us what you see, because I really think that's the best way that we can all understand what's happening in the housing market. And if you missed last week's video on the silver tsunami, definitely check that out next. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Bye.